is the book of Job, chapter 9, and verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Job chapter 9, verse 24. Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to our venerable apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and blessings to the Lord's elect, the house of David. All right, it's the brother Haran coming back at you with another lesson. Lord willing to be edifying and uplifting unto the elect. All right, and I want to go into a lesson real quick. It's been on my mind, all right, the past couple of days. All right, and I'm going to title it "The Power Centers of the World." Okay, and this goes back to Revelation 16 and 13, where it goes into the beast, the false prophet, all right, so on and so forth. Now, specifically, wanted to kind of get more in depth, all right, with the three spirits, the three unclean spirits like frogs. Okay, wanted to go into that a little bit more, and to shine some more light on that, all right, as to give it more of an understanding, all right. So I titled it, like I said, "The Power Centers of the World." Okay, but before we go into that, let's get the precept in Revelation chapter 16 and verse 13. It says, "And I saw three unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet." Okay, so let's read that again. "And I saw three unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet." Okay, so now we're going to get a little bit of information on who the dragon is, who the beast is, all right, and who the false prophet is. Okay, these three things, those three unclean spirits, all right, they actually have dominion over the face of the earth. Okay, these three spirits is what Esau uses to have dominion over the planet Earth. Okay, and those three things are the city of London, all right, because these are all three different city states. Okay, the city of London, all right, the city of Vatican, and the city of Columbia. Okay, which is otherwise known as DC, District of Columbia. Okay, so let's read. The Vatican rules over approximately 2 billion of the world's 6.1 billion people. The colossal wealth of the Vatican includes enormous investments with the Rothschilds in Britain, France, and the USA, and with giant oil and weapons corporations like General Electric and Shell Oil. The Vatican's solid gold bullion, worth billions, is stored with the Rothschild-controlled Bank of England and the United States Federal Reserve Bank. Now, these two banks are all privately owned. Again, they're known as Rothschild banks, and the Rothschild is a family. Okay, so again, they have power over the earth. All right. The Catholic Church is the biggest financial power, wealth accumulator, and property owner in existence, possessing more material wealth than any bank, corporation, giant trust, or government anywhere on the globe. The Pope, who is the visible ruler of this colossal global wealth, is one of the richest men on earth. While 2/3 of the world earns less than $2 a day, and 1/5 of the world is underfed or starving to death, the Vatican hoards the world's wealth, profits from it and the stock market, and at the same time preaches about giving, which is all hypocrisy. Again, they use these things, all right, to push the spirit of passive obedience upon so-called Christians around the world. Okay, and to a degree, even Muslims, right? Because the Islamic faith comes from the Vatican. Remember, the false prophet, okay, he's able to create a certain cult-like following, okay, all through deception. That's why you have the Christians do what they do. You got the Muslims do what they do, but both of them don't line up to the truth. Okay, Christianity and Islam are both worldly religions. All right, they're worldly religions. That's all. That's all they are, which was cooked up by the so-called Vatican, which is the false prophet. When you break down that word Vatican, okay, Vatic or Vatis, okay, and then the Khan, okay, which is what, a false or a soothsayer or a false prophet, okay. So continuing, it says, like Vatican City, right? So we already went into the Vatican, right? Like Vatican City, London's inner city is also a privately owned corporation. It says city state, located right in the heart of Greater London. It became a sovereign state in 1694 when King William III of Orange privatized the Bank of England, turning it over to the bankers. By 1812, Nathan Rothschild had crashed the English stock market and scammed control of the Bank of England. Today, the city-state of London is the world's financial power center. You hear that? And the wealthiest square mile on the face of the earth. Okay, now remember, the Rothschild dynasty and world domination really began from London, all right, from England. Okay. So continuing, it says, and we just read that, right? But let's go. It says, it houses the Rothschild-controlled Bank of England, Lloyd's of London, the London Stock Exchange, all British banks, the branch offices of 385 foreign banks, and 70 U.S. banks. So right then and there, you have the financial power, okay, right through city of London. Right? People say, oh, it's London, not London itself, but the city of London. That's its own private jurisdiction. Okay? It's like saying, oh, Washington. No. You can't say Washington. You have to be specific and say DC, District of Columbia. Okay? Because that's the city of Columbia. Okay? So let's continue. It says, it has its own courts, right? Its own laws, its own flag, and its own police force. It's not part of Greater London or Greater London, England, or the British Commonwealth, and pays no taxes. There you go. Right? So you can't say England. All right. You can't say, going back to the three unclean spirits like frogs. All right. You have to be specific. There are 3 city states. Okay. You have the city of London, the city of the Vatican, otherwise known as Vatican City. All right. And you have DC, District of Columbia. Okay, so continuing, it says, the city of London houses Fleet Street's newspaper and publishing monopolies. It is also the headquarters for worldwide English Freemasonry and headquarters for the worldwide money cartel known as the Crown. Contrary to popular belief, the Crown is not the royal family or the British monarch. The Crown is the private corporate city of London. Okay, which is ran and owned by the Rothschilds. Remember, we read Job 9:24. All right, the earth being given into the hands of the wicked. Right, when you look at those who rule the world today, you're not going to say that the so-called China man rules the world, or the North Korean who rule the world, or the African man, or the Pacific Islanders. You're not going to say that. Okay, because that wouldn't be true. Right? The only people that run the face of the earth or rule, all right, the face of the earth, whether it be militarily, whether it be financially, or whether it be religiously, are the so-called white people. Okay, and it starts with the house of Amalek, Esau, Edom. Okay, they have the power over the earth, and that's what the scriptures say. But when you bring it out, they call you anti-Sem. But that's just, again, another smear verbiage, all right, that they use to stop those who speak the truth, especially when it comes to revealing their identity and their false satanic agendas. Okay, so continuing, it says the ring. Actually, let's go back a little bit more. It says it has a council of 12 members who rule the corporation under a mayor called the Lord Mayor. So now we know where Lord Mayor Amschel Bauer got his name. Okay, the mayor. Here is spelled the MAYOR. M-A-Y-O-R, like the regular mayor that you have. You know, they have the mayor of New York and all this different stuff. It goes back to that. Okay. So under a mayor called the Lord Mayor. The Lord Mayor and his 12-member council serve as prophets or representatives who sit in for 13 of the world's wealthiest, most powerful banking families. Right? You notice they use the word prophets there because a prophet is basically a representative of the Heavenly Father. Okay? That's why it tells you, what's that? Amos, 3 and 7, I believe. Let's see if we can pull that up real quick. Let me see. All right, it's the book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 7. That's right. It says, surely the Lord God Yahweh will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets. Okay, so his servants, the prophets, are the Lord's spokesmen. Okay, we represent the Heavenly Father on the earth because we speak the words of the Heavenly Father according to the scriptures. So when you start seeing the world pushing back against us, like Yahushua said, they don't hate me, right? They hate him that sent me. Okay, so you hate when you create a narrative to demonize what we're saying, just so you have a reason and an excuse to come against us and shut what we're doing down, right? What you're saying is you're living in a godless world, in a godless society. Okay, because only in a godless society would allow for the word of God to be banned. Okay, or at least to be demonized. Okay, well, that's not going to happen. All right, you devils are going down. All right, this word already is taking you down. Okay, so let's continue exposing these hoes. Right, continuing, it says, this ring of 13 ruling families includes the Rothschild family, the Warburg family, the Oppenheimer family, and the Schiff family. These families and their descendants run the Crown Corporation of London. You hear that? You hear that? Remember, we talked about the dragon, right? The dragon in Revelation 16. Let me go to that. Right? It's really talking about Esau, Edom. Okay? But again, who is at the top? All right? Remember, we just read the families. Those who have that spirit. Okay? The elites. All right? They will be considered as the dragon in this very verse right here. Okay? And then you have the beast, right? Which is NATO and the EU. Okay? Which really is headed by America. All right? That's why NATO's headquarters, even though they say, NATO's headquarters might be in Brussels. I believe the EU's headquarters is Brussels in Belgium. All right, the real headquarters for NATO is DC. Okay, the Pentagon. All right, they provide all the intel and information. They are the ones that guide the rest of the nations that are part of NATO into whatever direction that they want them to go into. Okay, hence you have what's that treaty that they have? Damn, it's at the tip of my tongue. Where if one NATO country goes to war, all NATO countries are going to go into war. Okay, damn, I'm forgetting what it is, but it might come back to me. All right, so let's continue. It says, the Crown Corporation holds the title to worldwide crown land in crown colonies like Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. You hear that? So that's why I always say, when you start seeing them push this MOTB, they're going to push it mainly beginning with those various countries. They already showed you that when CV hit, right? New Zealand was very draconian, right? They had their prime minister, I forget her name, right? She was telling people, get the teased. Remember that shit? Yeah. You got to get teased, That's that New Zealand chick, right? And then Australia, same thing, right? They were draconian as hell. Canada, you had the whole farmers protesting and shit. The truckers, I should say. The truckers were protesting, right? And then you had the UK, right? These various, places, they had a lot of their measures was quite drastic, right? Compared to the other countries and shit. But continuing, it says, and it goes deeper because those people are all pretty much serfs. All All right, and they dwell in the land that's directly owned, all right, by the crown. Okay, something going into Saxe Coburg Gotha. Okay, you can look into that. All right, going back to the so-called Queen of England and so on and so forth, which she's out of here, but go into that. All right, you can study up on that a little bit. It'll give you some information, all right, on that whole so-called family, the so-called royal family, all right, and what they own. All right, I believe almost 90% of Canada is owned by them, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so let's continue. It says, the British Parliament and the British Prime Minister serve as a public front for these ruling crown families. Like the city-states of London and the Vatican, the third city-state was officially created in 1790 as the first act of the Constitution for America. That city-state is called the District of Columbia, and it is located on 10 square miles of land in the state of Maryland. The District of Columbia flies its own flag and has its own independent constitution. Although geographically separate, right, here's the trick. Although geographically separate, the city-states of London, the Vatican City, and the District of Columbia are one interlocking empire called the Empire of the City. Okay, that great city. Okay, where our dead bodies lied, in that great city. Okay, because it is through these three different power sources that Esau has his grip over the earth. Okay, so it says what? It says, let's bring that back. It says, although geographically separate, the city-states of London, the Vatican City, and the District of Columbia are one interlocking empire, okay, called the Empire of the City, which means what? Columbia. All right, and Columbia is a personification, all right, for the female version of Columbus. Okay, so America once again is looked at as a woman, all right, that whore that sitteth on many waters. Okay, so let's read. It says this is very important. This right here is what covers everything. It says the flag of the District of Columbia has two horizontal red bars on a field of white. You can look it up. It's actually really true. You can look it up. It says, making three horizontal white bars with three red stars evenly spaced on the top white bar, signifying military control from Washington, D.C., financial control from the inner city of London, and religious control from the Vatican City. You hear that? So once again, the three unclean spirits like frogs, right, that came out of the mouth of the dragon, out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet, is literally talking about the three different city-states. Okay, the city of London, the city of Vatican, and the city of District of Columbia. Right now, the District of Columbia, which is Washington D.C., right, or located in Maryland, known as D.C., District of Columbia. All right, it signifies the military control over the whole entire planet. Okay, not just America or Europe or whatever. No, the whole entire planet. All right, military control over the whole entire planet. All right, then you have the financial control over the whole entire planet that comes from the inner city of London, known as City of London. Okay, and then you have the religious control over the whole entire planet coming from the Vatican City. Okay, now with all these three things, what good or positive comes out of that? When you look at the military aspect of it, all they do is wage war unrighteously. Okay, to exert power and also to what? To steal resources. All right, that's why they go to war for the most part. Displacement and then replacement. All right, and then when you look at what they do with the financially, right, it's all fraud. You got central banks set up everywhere. Okay, the whole concept of banking, at least the Rothschild way, is all based on fraud. It's all debt. Okay, it's a debt-based system, and that's designed to keep people always under the power of these elites, so-called. Okay, they bankrupt countries, right? They wage war, they bankrupt you, right? And then now they got to come bail you out, and now you owe them for the rest of your life. That's how they work. Okay? Giving out loans and so on and so forth is all based on fraud. Okay? And then you have the religious aspect, which we don't even need to talk too much about that. Okay? The Vatican, looking at certain things that they do, certain things they say, right? Even the way the place looks is designed, all right, after the shape of a serpent, after the image of a serpent. Okay? So there you have it, man. Just wanted to bring that out real quick. All right, but let me read a little bit more. I have a few things I want to go into right here. It says, this is just to sum it all up. All right. City of London plus the City of Vatican plus the City of Columbia. These are 3 independent city-states within states which comprise the empire of the city. Okay. There's the Roman Empire coming back. All right. It came back in the form of the power that you see that starts from America. Okay. Really specifically DC. All right. But all around, all right, you have the City of London, the City of Vatican, and the City of the District of Columbia. Okay. These 3 is what propels that power that the so-called second leg of the Roman Empire actually has. Okay. Or at least how they rule the whole entire earth again. Okay. So it says the first city or first city-state is financial control over the earth's economy. Okay, that's the City of London through the banks, right? The second city-state is a religious control over the earth's religions, and the third city-state is military control over the entire earth itself, right? Together they make the very unholy trinity, going back to the 3 unclean spirits like frogs, unholy trinity, which forms the Egyptian pyramid that is seen or printed on the back of the privately owned Federal Reserve note that is used as the, Babylonian/American dollar, right? To maintain the colony in debt under the queen. Okay? Or you really under the crown, as we read earlier. Okay? That the crown is actually a family, is a private corporate city of London. All right? It's a private corporate city of London. All right, that's where you have the Rothschilds who rule and so on and so forth. All right, so let's bring that back in Revelation 16 and verse 13. It says, and I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. Verse 14, for they are the spirits of devils, right, working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world to gather them to the battle of that great day of the Most High Almighty. Okay, so ultimately, remember, the financial control, the military control, and the religious control, these are all the 3 unclean spirits, right, that's leading, or I should say, let me polish that up. All right, the financial control, which is the City of London, the religious control, which is the City of Vatican or Vatican City, all right, and then the military control, which is from the city or the District of Columbia, okay, down in Maryland, is how Esau uses to control the earth, and that's what's leading, right, to push for the world into that so-called Third World War that's coming very soon. Okay, all these 3 avenues that you look at is all leading to, number 1, for everybody to get that MOTB, okay, and then ultimately World War III. Okay, those 3 is what Esau is banking on to help him transition, all right, to the so-called New World Order. All right, but that's not going to work. Okay, that's not going to work because they've been exposed. All right, it would have worked if it was still in secrecy. Then they would have been able to deceive the elect. But because they've been exposed and the elect are waking up to it, it's over with. All right, it's game over. You could chip as many people as you want, but you can't get the elect, and that's all that matters. Okay, that's all that matters. All right. Let me get a couple more precepts here. All right, and this is why the Heavenly Father calls these devils the wicked. All right, there's a book of Malachi, chapter 1 and verse 4. It says, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord Yahweh hath indignation forever. All right. So all that bullshit that they setting up, even having the power, all right, the military power, the financial power, and the religious power. Okay, it's all done in a spirit of wickedness. Okay, because they're known as the border of wickedness. All right, when you read it in let's try in a different translation. Let's try the NIV. It says, Edom may say, though we have been crushed, we will rebuild the ruins. But this is what the Lord Yahweh Almighty says. They may build, but I will demolish. They will be called the wicked land, a people always under the wrath of the Lord Yahweh. You see? This is why they don't want to be Edomites, man. Because the God of the Bible hates them. All right? And the Lord is angry with them forever. All right? It says, let's read the CSB. It says, though Edom says, we have been devastated, but we will rebuild the ruins. The Lord Yahweh of armies says this, they may build, but I will demolish. They will be called a wicked country, and the people the Lord has cursed forever. Man. Woo. Right? So the wicked, all right, is Esau, Edom. And they have the power over the earth, as is written in Job 9:24. We read that already. All right, so you see how it's all tying in. Right? You see how it's all tying in. Okay, let's get this Psalm 37 real fast. All right, let me see. There's a lot here. There's a lot going on here. Man, Psalm 37 is bad. All right, I just want to get this point here just to tie it into the lesson. All right, it's the book of Psalm chapter 37 in verse 35. It says, I have seen the wicked in great power and spreading himself like a green bay tree. And when you look at a green bay tree, all right, it grows not directly up, straight up. It grows and it spreads out. Okay, it grows and it spreads out, almost flattens out, and that's how Esau is moving. All right, he covers a lot of ground, a lot of what we say surface area. All right, it all is all done, all right, in wickedness. Okay, for a wicked purpose. Okay, so we get a couple more precepts here, and then we wrap it up. All right. There's a book of Revelation, chapter 19 and verse 20. It says, and the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worshipped his image. These both were cast alive into a lake of fire burning with brimstone. Okay? And the topic says doom of the beast and false prophet. All right? So there you have it, man. All right, this is how this devil goes out. Okay, you're going to meet your maker. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. You're going to meet your maker. All right, and when Yahushua comes back, he's waging war. All right, we don't care about this is anti this and anti that. When the Lord comes back, he's waging war. For all the wickedness that these devils have done for hundreds of years. All right, ruling this earth in wickedness. There's hell to pay. All right, and remember, you see what they're trying to do? They're trying to accuse the rest of the world, all right, for the state in which the earth is in. Right? They're trying to say that, people, your carbon footprint and you're polluting the earth, and your farming should stop. Stop eating meat, all this bullshit, because you're destroying the planet. You know what I'm saying? Well, when the Lord comes back, he's not about to ask, all right, the workers. You know what I'm saying? Oh, why is the earth destroyed? He's gonna come straight for the head. You know what I'm saying? The ones who are ruling the earth, he's gonna ask you niggas the question. You are the ones who are having the power. The earth is given to your hand, right? So when the Lord comes back, he's going to ask you that question, Esau. All right? What happened to this earth? What happened to this great planet that I gave you, right? That I blessed you with? What happened to that? You see? So that's why the scriptures tell you that the Lord is going to destroy them that destroy the earth. Okay, so now they're trying to play that blame game, trying to set it up and try to make it seem all clean because they know the Lord is coming back. This is their last ditch attempt. We're trying to clean up the place. Green energy, this, do that. Box people in. These are the problems. No. You ain't gonna box shit in. Okay? You ain't boxing shit in, man. All right, you're destroying the earth as we speak, and they're planning to even do more with their advanced so-called technology. Again, going back to the miracles that they're working. Okay? They have all kinds of technology that they're gonna use, all right, to force this propaganda or this idea of so-called climate change. All right, and it's gonna come, you know, in a brutal manner. Okay, in a brutal manner, man. All right, the heat that's coming this year, shit. Get ready. All right, get ready. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it off there and close it out. Lord willing, you edified and informed. In closing, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak Kodash, the water Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, and until next time, Shalom.